It's Thursday, June 6th, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Modi claims victory in India's election, but drop in support forces him to rely on coalition partners. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has won a third term in office, following an election that was expected to be a landslide for his BJP party, but which ended up being a relatively close victory that will necessitate he rely upon allied parties to maintain a majority. The BJP's National Democratic Alliance, which is a right-wing coalition of parties led by Modi and the BJP, won a total of 294 seats, which is more than the 272 required to lock in a majority. But this is the first time the BJP wasn't able to achieve that many seats itself since 2014, when it originally swept into power. It only attained 240 seats on its own, compared to the 370 Modi predicted they would receive while on the campaign trail, which means his party may have to cater to the priorities of its allies more than was anticipated. From the New York Times, in shift, Biden issues order allowing temporary border closure to migrants. On Tuesday, U.S. President Biden issued a new executive order that prevents migrants who enter the country illegally from seeking asylum when illegal crossing numbers are high, allowing border officers to return those who enter the country to Mexico or to their home countries. This rule, which the ACLU has said it will challenge in court, activates after the 7-day average for illegal crossings hits 2,500 migrants, which is fairly common at this point. The border then reopens after the number of such crossings drops back down to 1,500 people for a continuous 7 days, and then remains at that point or lower for 2 weeks. This is very similar to policies that former President Trump enacted and attempted while in office, and it's similar to a piece of legislation that almost made it through Congress earlier this year before being blocked by Republicans in February, apparently at the behest of Trump, who reportedly told supporters that allowing Biden to take action at the border would hurt Republicans in the upcoming election. And from the Wall Street Journal, new Texas stock exchange takes aim at New York's dominance. A new stock exchange that plans to file with the SEC later this year is being set up in Texas and has raised around $120 million from some major players in the investment world. The Texas Stock Exchange is meant to compete with the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange by doing away with some of the regulations that apply to businesses trading on those exchanges, like those related to board diversity and compliance costs. The Texas Stock Exchange is planned to be entirely electronic, with a symbolic physical presence in downtown Dallas. Other exchanges have popped up around the U.S. over the years, likewise attempting to compete with New York's duopoly, but all of them have faltered and plateaued so far, though the folks backing this Texas-based entrant, including BlackRock and Citadel, suggest this one might have a little more prestige and weight behind it than those that have come before. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.